A one. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hit Chat Group Chat. I'm your host, Connor Reynolds. We have the two absolutely dashing gentlemen next to me. We have the great and amazing JP Fasone, and then we also have the absolutely incredible and our I don't know what we'll call it, Tom Segura, Connor Burns.
Like more jacked, handsome, hot Segura. Still, it's funny.
Ayo. Well, shit, boys. It's been a little bit. We did not do a Potty Us 3. We actually had Andrew Cressy, one of JP's homies, come on the podcast last week, talk a little bit about him working with the minor league system with the Astros, winning a World Series ring, different stuff like that. So it's been a couple weeks. Burns, you got a different background, dude. What's going on?
I moved. I moved across the river in Edmonton. Probably nobody will even know what that means, but moved like 10 minutes away. I was living in the house with like three of my buddies. We called it the trap house, so you can imagine what kind of state that was in. And then I moved in with my girlfriend to an apartment, so I can say I'm growing up.
It's a very different living situation, I would imagine.
Oh yes, very different.
You actually have like something hanging on the wall that's not a beer, like was it case?
Whoa, man! The background before, I had my whiteboard with my schedule. I had a painting up. What are you talking about?
Apologies, dog. Apologies. I feel like it's normally when you move in with the lady, that's when you actually start putting up real like stuff on the walls.
Oh,
my bad,
dude. You should see the living room right now. It looks good. It looks good as hell, man. I got bookshelves. I got a wine rack.
That is full
I got a bar cart. I got like 12 wine glasses.
That's wild.
Now here's my question: how many normal glasses do you have, or do you only have wine glasses?
We've got so many fucking glasses. It's kind of ridiculous. Too many glasses.
How many?
We had like more wine glasses. I was like, I don't know where to put these. Like, I don't know where to put them.
How many things of Tupperware do you have?
I'm very confident in saying this because I know she will not listen to me. She won't listen to the podcast, so she's not going to hear this. But she was like, yeah, I'll get the Tupperware or whatever. Like, okay, sweet. She gets like 3 yay big Tupperware containers, and then like 50, just like the size of my fist. And I'm like, are we gonna be able to put from there?
Clip it, send it through it right now.
For anyone wondering, we have the ability to clip stuff now, and 3, 2, 1, clipped.
I've clipped. But I bought like 10 things of Tupperware today and a couple big ones, so we're all stocked up right now. We spent $500 at Costco. Oh my god!
Yo, I got a few at Costco. So I look pretty like shape wise, like silhouette wise of my face. I look very close to my dad. Like we are, like if you're flashing the Costco card, like it's one and the same, right? And on Tuesdays is my normal off day, so that's when I go. I'll get some steaks. I'll grill all those up for the next week. That's my food. Get some rice. Normally like dog food, different things like that. So I go on a Tuesday last week and strolling through, and there was oddly like just enough people in the regular lines for me to like look at the self-checkout. And I've done the self-checkout before, so it wasn't like scary or anything like that. So I go over the self-checkout, and bro, there's this little fucking pipsqueak nerd looking motherfucker that I'm like going up to this one, and he looks over at me, throws his hand like, he goes, over here, sir. I can help you over here. All right, shit. So I wander on over. I have a drink in my hand because for anybody that doesn't know, hit the food court first. So that way you're not hungry walking around Costco because then you're buying everything. So I already hit the food court. So I have my drink, and I set it down on the scale. And keep in mind, this is like literally like a medium-sized, like nothing, like I'm not tipping the fucking scale, right? I've got 5 things in my cart. Like I'm not even going to put them out onto the scale. I just needed something so that way I could go into my fanny pack, grab my wallet, pull out the Costco card. So I set the drink down, and this dude like goes, oh, excuse me. Leans over, grabs it, and puts it on a shelf because, don't want to fuck up the scale, I guess. I don't know. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So I pull out my card, and I'm like holding it up so that way he could scan it. And he goes, excuse me, sir, can you please move your finger? All right. So I like move my finger, and he goes, oh, is that you in the picture? And I was just like, oh, no, it's my dad. And he goes, oh, are you on the account? I don't know. I should be. I've been shopping here like every Tuesday for the last like 5 months. So I would assume so. And he goes, oh, okay. And he turns around and fucking just starts screaming, supervisor, I need a supervisor. I'm like, all right, this ain't going good. So all of a sudden this lady comes running over, and he explains the deal. She grabs the thing, goes upstairs. Well, one of the things in my cart was windshield wiper fluid. Because it's been snowing out here. You got the salt going up on the windshield. Can't see shit. So I'm getting that. And we're sitting there. And this dude dead ass looks at me and goes, there's a lot of pretty important things in that cart. But the most important, the windshield wiper fluid. I just like looked at him. I'm like, yeah, pretty important. He goes, I don't care if my car has leather seats. I don't care if it has the best stereo. If it can't drive, it doesn't work. And I just stared at this dude like, yeah, I know. And he's like, keeps trying to make fucking small talk. And I'm just like, bro, I'm not fucking about this. Lady comes down. They're like, yeah, you're not on the account. And so I literally had to stand there in the middle of Costco and fucking just walk out. All my shit in the cart. Just fucking walk on out. Literally was getting like steaks, expo markers, like a couple of things. Not crazy. And yeah, so right now, fuck you, Costco.
Tough.
Got it.
Tough scene.
JP, what's going on, dude?
Oh man, off season is my off season is here, and it's been slow, but I got a pro ball job offer out of nowhere, which kind of a big deal. And ended up turning it down for a handful of reasons, but it was kind of a rattling experience, to be honest. 5 years ago, I didn't know if I'd get paid to be a coach, so it's kind of an eye-opening thing. I was like, oh, all right, I guess I'm okay at this. So that was good, but other than that, I mean, the gym is dead. We don't have many people around, so it's been nice enjoying the downtime a little bit.
Well, first off, little round of applause for you, JP.
Thank you. Yeah.
First guy on the potty, first host on the potty to get a pro gig. So we're proud as fuck of you, dude. Like honestly, I know Burns might have a few words about it, but like, if there was anybody to fucking get a pro gig, dude, like you're the dude. You know what I'm saying? So, just to even be able to say that I do a podcast with you, is an absolute pleasure. So proud as fuck of you. Obviously, probably not an easy decision having to, turn down a pro gig, like you said, but, when there's one, there's about to be a lot, dude. So I'm so happy for you, man. So proud.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Yeah. It was good, but yeah, we're can get prepped and ready to go for the next couple months, see what happens.
Hey, yo.
Good shit. Good shit.
For sure.
Well said,
Yeah.
Burns. Couldn't have said it better than myself. I don't know about you guys, but I have actually been pretty active on some Facebook pages, some Facebook groups. I know.
That is where
That's a dangerous thing to be active on.
Just you wait till I pull some of this shit up, bro. I've had one post get taken down already. I've run into some very interesting human beings where I'm just like, I didn't even know that was possible to argue that. But here we are. And yeah, it's been pretty interesting to say the least. So first post I put out, I essentially made a video saying that if you weigh under 150 pounds and you're a freshman or sophomore, asking should you play summer baseball, I said you shouldn't. And so that got like blown up in the page. Within one day, I had over 500 views on the YouTube video, which for anyone that doesn't know, that's about 499 more views than I normally get. So that was really cool. But it ended up, we had a really good discussion. One guy said I was advocating for their steroid use in youth. So that was interesting. Another person said that I was trying to body shame teenagers. So that was pretty interesting. And a third person said that you don't need to lift or you don't need to be essentially bigger than like 150 pounds to play, high level baseball. So a lot of wild, kind of interesting takes. There were some people that were pretty respectful in the chat. A lot of the people didn't actually watch the full video. I was more so talking about, I had a lot of freshmen that I work with that are coming up to me and they're like, oh, I had tryouts for this one summer team. It's a 16U. We're going out of state. I'm gonna get all this college exposure. What do you think about it? And it's like, you weigh 110 pounds, haven't hit the ball over 80 miles an hour, and I don't think you can throw over 70. Probably shouldn't be looking to get exposure. Should probably look to be getting bigger. And so I essentially just made a video talking about that. Like I said, a lot of back and forth. I put it in 3 different pages on Facebook. One of the pages ended up taking my video down because I said the word shit in the YouTube video. And because my video, quote unquote, the target audience was 13, 14, and 15-year-olds, that is not appropriate. So that was wild.
Yeah. We've hung around with 13, 14, 15-year-olds, and they never curse. They would never say.
Never once in my life have heard a 13, 14, or 15-year-old curse. Hand up, that was absolutely horrible on my end. The kind of vulgar language that I've been using around the youth of America, I really need to reconsider. I actually think about getting a muzzle, just so that way I can, check what I'm saying. But on that first thing, where do you guys feel? What do you guys think about, undersized athletes looking to play on college exposure teams? How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, exposure can go both ways, I think, is the lesson to be learned here. And I like to comment about body shaming. I think that's kind of funny because it's like, yes, I am trying to body shame these children into like go touch the weight room one time. Like that is what I'm trying to do. Yeah, exposure goes both ways. I mean, you can get exposed, and a lot of colleges will just be like, yeah, I'm not gonna pay attention to this kid. And if you're good enough, they'll pick you up, I guess. But I think I forget who it was on Twitter did the poll about. It was basically asking a bunch of college coaches, like, where do you get your recruits from? And most the highest response was like word of mouth, other coaches. I know some high school coach or I know some college coach and they know a kid or know a facility and they told me about this kid. And the second one was Twitter and like social media. So
what?
Yeah, weird. So like the exposure camps, I think they're good in the same way that like playing summer baseball in college is good. Like if you need at bats, if you need to see some like higher level competition, then that's great for your development. But if you're banking on going to play in whatever PBR tournament in Arizona and there's going to be 7,000 coaches there and one of them's going to see you and pick you up when you're undersized, don't hit the ball very hard, and it's just not going to happen. It's just flat out that easy. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, it seems so simple. It seems so simple.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where, and it's social media. Is it like the power of the branding of these different like organizations? Is it still just it's a different facet now, but it's still just dumbass dads doing stupid shit rather than like referring out? I don't know, but look, if you weigh 115 pounds, you gotta fucking gain weight. You gotta get stronger. You're just not gonna play college baseball. It's a fact. And I think too, especially like when you're talking about freshman and sophomore, like getting in the weight room, and it doesn't mean like, hey, I'm 115 this one off season, I'm gonna gain 70 pounds, get up to fucking 180, 190. It's like that's not what it's about. But it's about like starting to ingrain good movement patterns, putting in good habits, all that type of stuff. So you start gaining a little bit of weight, start getting a little stronger. So by your senior year, maybe you're 165, 170 and primed to have a really big off season. I think it's just all about instant gratification. Now it's like, oh, if I go to this one PBR showcase, I'm going to fucking get signed. Oh, if I do this one thing, I'm going to get an offer here. It's like, no, that's not how shit works. You just got to be incredibly self-aware and just do your homework. And hopefully you've got a good coach or somebody around you that's going to fucking just be brutally honest with you. Because, if you're 115, 120, you're in the 9th grade, you hit the ball fucking 70 miles per hour, you don't need to do it in cases, And honestly, I'm not saying you don't need to play summer baseball, but like you play baseball, guess what, man? You can lift too. There's nothing saying you can't lift in season. So
yeah, I think a lot of it comes down to the parents, just like the parents talking to each other and thinking they know baseball, and like it's changed so much recently. And like even if the parent like played it back in their day, like it's just not the same process. And like the ninth grade, the schools that are going out and looking for a 9th grader, a 10th grade, like a freshman, sophomore guy to sign, are Division I schools that are fairly high level. They're not gonna throw money at some kid who's 4 for 4 with 4 singles. Like, it's just not. They're looking for the like top 1% of that class. And the schools that you're gonna go to, realistically, are not gonna recruit you your freshman or sophomore year. They don't, because the amount of time it takes, like, and that's part of what I don't think a lot of athletes and parents understand, is like the recruiting window for Division I, like Power 5 schools, is early. It's very early. But the recruiting window for D3, NAIA, Division II, junior college, like, is much later than people think. Like, we, at the Division III school I was at, we're signing guys up until like registration day. Like, we're at the JUCO I was at, like we're signing guys in the fall. You know what I mean? Like, we're just constantly bringing guys in. This idea that like recruiting windows are like super early, it is for the top 1% of high school kids in the country, but for everybody else, like, you got more time than you think. Like, it's much more valuable to be ready to go for your junior and senior year in high school than it is to think that you need to get on somebody's radar your freshman year.
The one guy that said I was body shaming teenagers, I asked him, if you had a kid that was failing classes and you told him you need to get a tutor, is that academic shaming?
Yes. You're brain shaming him.
Yeah, like, oh. And it's mind-boggling to me, some of the responses I got. And I agree 100% with you, Burns. Like, I think it's fully possible to lift in season and stuff like that. My thing is do parents just feel, and do coaches just feel like that when you've been playing baseball since, at minimal, let's say 6th grade, right? You've been playing the game for 4 years. Are you going to magically learn something different while you're in the game that you haven't never learned ever before, like in the 20 to 70 games that you play in that summer. Like I think back to when I was playing. I don't think I ever like one time tried something brand new in a game. You know what I'm saying? Like I always did it in practice. I always like went through whether it's like a new glove flip or trying something different. And you know, here at our facility, we're lucky enough to offer live ABs. So guys are able to still, and not every facility is lucky enough to do that, but like I don't know, if you're actually going through and looking at the amount of time commitment that it takes in the summer for a college exposure travel team, like I went through it with one of my kids, and I was like, all right, like, you know, how long is a game? Put down 2 hours. All right, let's say you're playing, you know, 4, 5, 6 games on a weekend. How early do you have to get there? An hour before, okay? How long until after that game are you able to go out and do something? Probably 30 minutes to an hour. Let's account for travel time. Let's account for eating. Let's account for spending time with your family. Let's account time for practices. Let's account time for, you know, actually training. Let's account time for lifting. Let's account time for spending time with your family. Let's account time for hanging out with your friends, playing video games, like being a kid. And at the end of it, the dude had negative 10 hours.
And we haven't had it yet. You got to add school in there. You got to go to class.
It was like, so I don't have that much time. You know, no, like not really. And so it's one of those where like, if you have the time, money, energy, and ability to commit that to playing and training, hey, fucking go for it. Knock it out. I just don't think realistically that many kids are able to do it, because maybe they say they're going to do it, and all of a sudden you get done with a tournament on the weekend, and it's like, all right, it's time to go lift. I don't know. I want to sleep some more. Or I want to do this. I want to do that. It can be tough or on the money side, you know. Summer ball teams are anywhere between 15 to $4,000 out here. And it's like, do you have the ability to do that and then also like actually lift and actually get like a meal plan that's right? It can be tough. So like if you're able to do it, like fucking do it. Go for it. Do it well. I just honestly don't think like missing 20 to, you know, 70 summer games your freshman year or whatever, like I personally don't feel like that's going to derail a career. I know for a fact being under 130 pounds as a junior, because all you've been doing is focusing on playing the game to get better, I know for a fact that's going to derail some careers. That's not the only thing that I ended up putting out. This actually got way more, not backlash, but interesting comments I was not fucking expecting at all. I put out a message that said, friendly reminder, for one to hit a line drive, one must hit the ball in the air.
I saw this.
Pretty fucking simple in my eyes.
Pretty simple. I mean, you would think like, yep, yeah, that is a line drive. It is in the air.
First comment I get, not necessarily. You can square a ball up and smoke a line drive one hopper to any infielder and not get any lift on the ball. Smoking a line drive one hopper can be more difficult to a fielder than lifting a line drive in the air. I get where you are saying, though, as a lot of coaches are teaching kids not to swing level and lift the ball. All players have their own swings to adapt to.
So how would you rule that, right? You hit a one hopper line drive
Ground ball.
right at an infielder. Would you rule that a line out or like a 6-3 line out? Or are you going to rule that a 6-3 ground ball?
But you can't make this shit.
You're making it up. That's unbelievable.
Just make it up. It's a ground ball. That's what that is. It's a ground ball.
Ground ball.
Not even, and not, it's just a ground ball. That's a ground ball. I don't know.
Okay, extra
All right,
point for the
next point. Next point. Get it out of here. That's it. There it is. You digested that.
I was just like,
Okay.
all right. And this was one of my favorite ones. This is one of my favorite. Gentleman responds with, just keep teaching those kids to pop up.
That's a good one. You know what? I respect it.
You know, you got me there. exactly what I said. You know, that was that. I was trying to frame it in such a way that I was talking about line drives, so I'm actually teaching guys to pop up.
That's exactly what I'm referring to. Because anytime the ball is in the air, that is a pop-up.
Yep. That's what I was taught.
So
If it's got launch angle, then it's a pop up.
that's a pop-up. Even if there's a negative number in front of that launch angle, anytime there's launch angle, that's a pop-up.
It's not a launch angle, all right?
So yeah, no, that was wild. So I responded with saying, you're disagreeing that a line drive must be hit in the air. This is where it gets awesome. Gentleman says, nope. I'm disagreeing with your point of the post. Maybe incorporate some teacher man PVC drills while you're at it.
Got his ass. He got poor ass.
So I might deactivate my account.
Yeah, I don't know how you come back from that one. I mean, no, I'm not disagreeing with that. Well, that was the only thing I said. So what are you disagreeing?
Literally nothing else. So I responded with, what's your definition of a line drive then? To me, it's something that's not on the ground, but also not a fly ball. Maybe I'm just crazy, though.
You are. I think, yeah.
Madman, bro. Madman.
I mean,
he did not respond. No response. So
good for him having some self-awareness.
Well, no. And here's the best part. Because I put this in two different groups or two different Facebook groups. One of them has to be accepted by the admin before it's posted. This one, it just goes straight to the post. So I put the same exact thing in the other group, and it just been accepted. And the same guy went and reacted with the little like laughing, crying face emoji. And so I guess I don't want to like be that guy that like goes out of my way to stir it up, but like I'm just waiting for homeboy to fucking say something on another post and just be like, hey, so waiting for that definition of a line drive there, bucko.
Man, yeah.
No, it was fun so far, so I'm really starting to enjoy the group pages.
Yeah, how dare you say something so controversial yet so true?
I know, right? Not even true, because that's just a pop-up.
Facebook, for God's sake. Yeah. What the hell are you doing, man? Oh, just quit wasting your time on there, for God's sake. That is a breeding ground for 45 plus white dudes who fucking hate launch angle. I mean, come on.
Oh, and that's where I need to live, bro.
Good God.
I'm gonna be staying in these groups.
Living rent free in people's heads.
Oh, just back shows daily.
Constantly.
No, so that was kind of the extent of all of my beefs. I don't know, kind of interesting. On the other social media side, I put out, I really want to start doing more like presentation and talks this year. Ended up giving one. I can't remember if we talked about it on the podcast. Accidentally gave one to like some really fucking well-known people in the baseball world. Accidentally a couple weeks ago. And it was a lot of fun. It's one of those where like I've been like I'm terrified of public speaking. Like Burnsy, even at Garden, dude. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. Coach Long's class, the business ethics, dude. With how like not giving a shit that class was, I was terrified to give like speak in front of the class. Like I do not like public speaking. I don't know. It just freaks me out. Palms get sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, vomit on my sweater already. Mom spaghetti. Little nervous.
I podcast.
And yeah, like I gave one to like 40 people and had a lot of fun with it. And we've been having these things called TSACs where our two performance people kind of like go through like 5 hour, 6 hour days of like baseline instruction and how to build out plans and what to look for, like the little tiny things that I feel like if you were to tell like just your rink-a-dink like dad coach or whatever, or not even dad coach, my bad, like high school coach, they'd kind of be like, oh, why do I need to think about that or focus on that? But I really like how they go about their things. I really like how like ground up it is. You know, there's no assumptions. They literally go over every little thing in, you know, the finest details. And it's something I would really like doing a little bit more of, kind of giving speeches, talking about how we use technology here, how we train here, and different things like that. So I don't know. That's something that I really want to kind of lean a little bit more into this coming year. Is there anything that with you guys' newfound time with tryouts or the season coming up, is there anything that you guys almost kind of want to dabble a little bit more into with this newfound time of JP's quote unquote off season that you mentioned? What are you guys trying to do to fill your time?
Want me to go?
Go for it.
I'll go. Man, I just, here's the problem with me, okay? I love coaching and I really I love hitting, okay? In college and even in high school, I've never been a great student. And it's been a little bit more of like, some shit just doesn't interest me. And I was like, whatever. But with hitting, man, it's like, I gotta really hone it in. I'm just actually just not that good of a student and I get distracted. And so really what I want to work on is really hone in on setting X number of pages, whatever it is, blog posts, whatever it may be, but like make sure I'm putting in my time every single day, So I've got a goal this March right now. I'm working through hacking the kinetic chain. It's nothing big, but it's just like, hey, I want to read, annotate, take notes, half an hour every single day for March. That's it. Just really start bringing that habit in, because I found for me, it's gone in waves of like, there's some days where I'm just all in on it. And then I will go like 3 or 4 days of just not really, expanding myself on things I could be researching or learning or exposing myself to, right? So I just want to really create that good habit of making sure I'm still fucking learning and continuing to learn. And even not just stuff that I'm interested in, but also, shit that I maybe don't even know about, trying to get all different sides of the puzzle and putting that together. So that's what I'm working on.
I like that.
Yeah, honestly, pretty similar. Yeah, got a lot more time, which is good. And I think, like I said at the beginning of the year, like this is the year of the professional. So, we got nicer clothes. We got to start acting a little bit more professional. So, I think with the downtime, it's been kind of just getting organized for a lot of it, and like finding good systems that I can reliably use when things kick back up. And part of that's just like getting calendar dialed and like making sure I plan out my time really efficiently. And like Burns was saying, it's just try to have 15 minutes, 30 minutes here and there to every day to kind of get into something. It was something that John Sauropoulos got on me about, who's the trainer of Driveline. It's with the Red Sox now, and he was like, JP, you're a great guy, really smart, but you try to learn everything in a day. You can't do it. We got to do a little, a lot. We got to do a little, a lot. 15 minutes every day. That's all you need. So, yeah, I've tried to heed his wise words and add 15 minutes to kind of learn some different things. And right now I'm looking into, got to learn more about motor learning, and kind of the kind of research on that stuff, and looking into some AI things, just because that's going to be heavily integrated with all of our jobs in the future, I would imagine. So kind of getting familiar with that and like what we could use it for, and just trying to wrap my little brain around that. And then once the season gets going, I'm planning on really getting into StatCast and some sabermetric stuff and getting that kind of dialed in.
Is Hawkeye going to be running?
Yes. Hawkeye's going to be running this year. I believe every major league stadium and most minor league stadiums will have Hawkeye, which is huge. And it's definitely going to change the landscape to some extent. We'll see how teams use it, and what they're going to do with it. I hope all that data is going to be public somehow, but I kind of highly doubt it. Unfortunately, but yeah, I kind of highly doubt that, but yeah, that'd be cool.
For me, like I mentioned earlier, I really want to get into the presentation speaks and stuff like that. But also over here on my whiteboard, I had like a content like dump of what I've been wanting to do on there for a while. I also have like my wish list. I'll run through it with you guys here in a sec. You guys let me know what you think. But I kind of had today. Today's like the first day that I kind of like actually felt the effect of guys like being like with their high schools. Normally I'm doing probably like 4 to like 10 hours a day of instruction. Today I had 2 lessons and 1 team. So I had a lot of free time on the hands. So that was weird. I was trying to figure out how to do that. Not a good time for a national shortage on Adderall. Not a good time for a national shortage on Adderall. That's fucking with me.
He's kicking in.
Oh, bro, it was brutal. I had to put a timer on my phone for like 10 minutes. And like, if I got off track, that 10 minutes was like, hey, like you got off track. And if I'm staying on track, that 10 minutes is just like, hey, repeat. So that was in full effect today. But I went through and essentially just made like a content landscape of like, I made 3 different categories: blog, video, YouTube, and then social media. So I just went through all of my content ideas and just like categorize them. Like, is this something that could be a blog? Is this something that could be a video? Is this something that would be like nice little short clip for social media? Went through, I also made, I don't know, you guys, I don't think there's too many people that come on to here just to solely steal our ideas, but I essentially had the thought of doing like an intro video of saying like all the different things that we do here. And then, and like each time when I talk about hit tracks and blast motion and driveline track, while I'm discussing that, don't go into detail, but say, hey, you know, click this video right here, look in the description, and that would then take them to a different video that would go more in depth on that specific topic. Then within that specific topic, you know, within blast motion, I would lightly touch on bat speed, attack angle, rotational acceleration. But then each one of those different topics would have their own specialized video that goes more in depth on that. And then within those videos, I would say, hey, if you need to work on, you know, bat speed, as I'm talking about bat speed, here are drills below that you could go to. So essentially one video would then be like a tree of like 40 other videos that is attached to it. So had that idea the other night when I was vacuuming. So really excited about, you know, looking to apply that, different things. But the wish list that I have, you guys let me know what you guys think. Give me a grade. Give me like an A through an F of what you guys think about this. Okay. So at the very tippity top, I have the iPitch XL baseball machine, 1400, or I apologize, 14 grand and $100 for the unit. And then I have the barrel feeder, the spin ball barrel feeder that would attach to it, and that would be 2,300. I would like to redo all of our tees to Cage Pro tees. I'm not sure if you guys have had the pleasure of working with Cage Pro tees. Magnificent, best tees I've ever used in my life. Then below that, I would like to get the large legs for my junior hack. Set that bad boy up a little bit higher. The idea would be to use the hack as more of like a light BP close range, and then have the iPitch as more full length kind of thing. I would like to get the one-hand med balls. I don't know if you guys have seen Ben Miller's posts. He has these one-hand med balls with a handle that are like a pound, 2 pounds, and you just fucking fling those things. Homeboy has a pocket radar and just flinging those. Really like that. We like to get some of those. The mini axe bat. the little 2-hand one. Right now I have the 1-hand ones. They're just way too light. So if I could get the 2-hand, it's like $250 though. Like JP, send me a code.
The short back?
Yeah, bro.
I love those. They're the best. They're awesome.
That's what I'm saying. Fuck, JP, never mind on the code. Burns, just fucking send one, dog. You got 5 in him? What the fuck? That's $1,000 right there.
I mean, we made a big drive like fucking couple months ago, so I got a shit ton.
Jesus Christ. Good for you guys. We have like 5 dogs here, so I literally ran out of all of my tennis balls. Like, I have no tennis balls. All gone. I came with 3 dozen 6 months ago. They are all gone. So we'd like to get some more tennis balls. Marv balls. I've done the comparisons. Love you, JP. I've done the side by sides. I'm a Marv ball guy. Like, yeah.
Wow. I'm Bert.
I know them bitches are solid, bro. I'll send one. I'll send a dozen up to you, and I'll scratch off the Marv.
Yeah.
And you let me know. No, them bitches are nice. I'd like to give 4 dozen of those. They're about like $80 a pop, somewhere around there. So I'd like to get some of those. The Miller mat. I don't know if you guys have seen the Miller mat before. It's the one where it's essentially like a box, and it has the like Velcro things that go down, and you put your feet into them. That was their original one that they came out with. And so you like were duck-footed, right? And that was only, the idea is you only put 1 foot in and the back foot still moves around. They're coming out with a new version where you could change the locations of the steps and the angles of the steps. And I really like that. We do essentially beginning drill all the time off of the machine called post-stride. So guys already do their stride, they're locked, they're loaded, and then they go from here. Eliminates a lot of extra movement. Guys that suck on timing off of the machine, it's literally like an instant fix me pill. Like, it is, 5 minutes, boom, they're going. So really like to get one of those. I would like another hitting mat just to run like a lot more 3-plate. That way we're like hitting on like a mat and stuff like that. I'm going to be getting little clips that go onto the ground to attach bands. And we have these PowerCore 360 hip and chest harnesses, but I don't have any youths. Like, it's literally like larges and that's it. Because I have a lot of athletes that are under 150 pounds and shouldn't be playing summer ball, I need to get smaller sizes to accommodate them. So I need to get a smaller set of that, but that's coming up here soon. And then I would also really like to color coordinate all of my bats with the grips. So I have like 3 buckets. I would like to color coordinate because right now motherfuckers do not know where shit goes. Even though it's all labeled, like literally everything is labeled, still struggle with it. So maybe if we go to a color coordination system of the handle to what bucket it goes to, maybe that would help. So yeah, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. A to, A+ to F-, kind of where you guys would rank my wish list, stuff I would like to get by next year.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out what I would ask.
I forgot like first said, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I was gonna. My first thought was like, man, Jason's gonna be writing a big old check for a lot of them. That's a long list. No, I mean the only thing you're missing in there is an motion capture lab. That's the big thing we're missing. Honestly,
Year 2.
the other.
I already got it, bro. That's next year's wish list.
Do you guys have a K-Vest or?
Nah, just my attempted Walmart version.
Okay. What'd you do a Walmart version? How do you do a Walmart version of a K-Vest?
So it's when I got the lasers. So you have 2 lasers that go on the shoulders that are green, 2 lasers on the hips that are like red, and then a blue laser on the back. And so you like turn off the lights, and you just see like which of the lasers go first and like what order do they go. Not great, but against Walmart, baby. That might be Goodwill. Who knows?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. That's I mean, intuitive or not intuitive.
Ingenuitive, I think. I don't know. I dropped out, so.
Ingenuity.
Yeah, I'd give that an A. I mean, I think we're probably missing. Probably throw a K vest in there, but that's a solid list. I don't know. It's just neat.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I give it an A as well. A minus just to be different.
Yeah. Bernsey, you got anything on a wish list? I'm sure you got a little wish list a mile long.
Fuck, man, head tracks. That's number one right now.
Yeah.
Like especially now because we're at our own facility. Going away from the facility I was at with the head tracks, and good God, it's just the best. You can do so much shit with it. So, head track is number one for sure. Think honestly, just more shit. So probably more smash factor balls. I'll stay loyal to you. I'm not a fucking loser like
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Or then, yeah, smash factor balls. Probably some more mini hitting plyos. I think K motion vest is definitely on the list. Fuck, what was the is the eye pitch? What is that fucking machine?
The eye pitch, yeah. Spin balls has a little iPad fully controlled.
Yes, that's on the work as well. So yeah, I think the head tracks just trumps everything though. That is number one. I don't give a fuck about anything else. That is number one.
Yeah. Any place I ever go to or would ever work at, like the first big purchase I would ask for is a hit track.
Now, I don't know about you guys. JP, how often do you calibrate yours?
We probably calibrate it once a month, once every month and a half.
All right, yeah. I haven't done that in like 6 months, and dude, it's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Like,
you calibrate it.
What is you gotta? So they have basically this the exact same way we calibrate a motion capture lab. It's pretty much the same cameras, but there's a different app that you pull up, and it'll give you essentially what the camera
motive.
Motive, and then you basically gotta clear the frame and like set the cameras at certain settings, and then you take this reflective wand, and it'll let the cameras know that you can kind of see everything from like home plate out to I think it's like 5-10 feet, something like that. I don't know what that is in meters. Sorry, Burns. But you wand that out, and then it says great job, and you let it know where the plate is and where the ground is and that kind of thing. It's kind of
fucking. I lived in the States for fucking 4 years. I don't eat art. That was wrong.
But Reynolds, do you have yours like bolted, or is it just like a tape or something?
Nah, it's just taped down.
Yeah, dude, like that thing. I don't know what yours is like, but if ours moves a little bit or a ball goes off it and those cameras get moved, like you start to miss balls down the line. Like dudes will just pull balls down the line. You're like, oh, that's sick, and then it just doesn't read.
Oh, that's been happening for months.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
Dude, here, let me pull this up. I genuinely want to see how many pitches this thing has fucking seen.
The other thing too is like, the other thing that I'm like, okay, we need to calibrate this again is the strike zone will kind of be a little sketchy. Where you kind of watch it out of the machine, you watch across the plate, and you're like, well, I don't think that was as far in as it looks on the head tracks. It seemed a little off.
So we've had 36,000 hits or pitches or whatever the fuck it. Total count, 36,067 in the 6 months I've been here.
Goddamn.
I have not recalibrated that thing. Dude, it's hurting. We've had 2 hit tracks leagues. Like, it's hurting. It needs it. Dude, and here's the thing. Like, I reached out to him like a week ago. And like I just like with the time zone differences, like it's just been so difficult to try and like schedule it out in between like a lesson or here or there. So I'm actually gonna have time now to do it. But dude, it's been tough the last like 2 months. It's been tough. to a point where I almost just said, fuck it, like, I'm going to do it by myself. And then I opened up Motive, and I was like, I forgot.
I don't know what anything.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
That's how I feel when I open it up. I'm like, I don't.
I know you got it.
We do have some documentation with like a step-by-step process I might be able to help you out with.
Oh, yeah. Like, I feel like I remember, like, pretty decent. You know, you got to open it up. You got to set the triangle where the two balls are in a straight line to the pitcher, one to the left. It's got to be, like, 3 feet in front of home plate or something like that. You can't have anything reflective around it. You got to, like, select each ball with each of the different cameras, and then you got to do the fucking shoulder exercise in the zone of where you're trying to hit, and you can check it and it says, you know, good or bad or whatever. Like, I like remember it enough where I feel like if they were to like, all right, do this, it's like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. It's been tough though. It's been tough. Now, real quick, I want to see what your guys' reactions are. I have this freshman, or sophomore, I apologize, sophomore that comes into the Hit Tracks League. Motherfucker hit 5 or 6 balls, 104 plus.
Yeah. Sophomore? Jesus.
Motherfucker hit a ball 430.
Yeah, you need to calibrate. You need to calibrate your hit tracks.
Now, here's the thing. I still think that is very, like, still think, like, because he went to PBR, and on their TrackMan, he hit a ball in their preseason All-State, 100. And that was off of, like, 15 pitches just overhand. He's been doing the Hit Tracks League for 6 weeks. Like, dude fucking bangs, bro. So,
What's his bat speed like?
mid-70s.
Yeah. Okay.
6'4", 200.
Okay. Yeah. Probably.
Oh,
yeah. He probably hits balls that 100. Yeah.
Bro, man, mashes to a point where one day he showed up like at game time. Like, JP, you've been at the facility, but Burns, we have a door to the outside parking lot that's literally right next to the cage. It was open. He walked in as it was his like at bat, like time to go up, hit a ball fucking 93.
See,
Like,
that's
just walk.
That's a dude that needs to go play summer ball and go get exposure. That's a guy that needs to go get exposure. That 150-pound kid that can't hit the ball over 90 miles an hour? No. That's your competition. That's the guy that's going to show up at the showcase. That's the guy that coaches are looking for.
Bro, it's just different. Like, like, you hear it. Like, I mean, they're using metal, but his is like a piercing sound where everyone else is just like an echoing sound. And you guys know what I mean. But like, it's just like,
yeah.
It's different.
That's all those old school coaches, they talk about, hey, you just hear it when they swear it up. I mean, they're not wrong. You can hear it, but it also helps when that number goes up and you're like, whoa. Yeah, you really got it.
Yeah, no, it's different, dude. And so, I don't know, I'm really excited. The Hit Tracks League, I believe, was a success. I'll read some stats to you guys really quick from the Hit Tracks League. And keep in mind, this was the second time that we've done the Hit Tracks League. And the first time, the guy that led the league in home runs had hit 5. And he hit 3 on the last day. So, it wasn't like that we were having like a crazy home run race. This time, let's see here. Leaders. Let's see here. We had the gentleman that hit 104 multiple times. He hit 12 home runs. That's essentially 1 a game, and he missed a week as well. We had another kid that hit 10. We had another kid that hit 9. One kid showed up just for 2 days, so 4 games. He hit 8. So that was wild. 7, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we went from the leader being at 5 to we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids that hit over 5. So that was pretty cool in my opinion. We had dudes hitting 600. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 kids hit over 500. Lots of RBIs. Like it was really cool. Really cool, really fun time. The championship. So I made the schedule about 7 weeks ago. Is when I made the schedule, and the last day of the last game of the season, or like last day that we played, guys played 2 games. We had the number 1 playing against the number 2, and they were tied in the standings. We had the number 3 playing the number 5, and number 4 playing the number 6. So it was like really cool to be a part of. Game 1 of the 1 and 2 team, the one team won, and then the second game of that series, the second team won. So we ended up having to go to a home run derby where every single player got 5 swings, and we just went off of who hit the most home runs out of both teams. Ended up coming down to a walk-off bat flip. Dude threw that shit, literally hit our 20-foot tall ceiling net. Like, it was sick. It was a really good time. Really excited to look to keep expanding this. We also have about 4 or 5 other facilities I've been talking with about possibly looking to do a statewide league with the Hit Tracks League, and then have the postseason be the winner from each facility play everybody in the state. So really looking to have some pretty cool stuff coming up with this. But yeah, I don't know. It was really fun.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's a lot of rally killers. I don't know if you want to be training guys to hit all runs like that.
I know. Who needs all those runs? It's all about momentum. Who knew a home run would create momentum?
Too much launch angle. Grab your PVC pipes and go. All right.
Now, the other cool part, the home runs. So the person that led the league, sophomore. The person that was second in the league, sophomore. Third place was a senior. Fourth place, sophomore. Fifth place, senior. Sixth place, senior. Tied in sixth place, sophomore. So we had like a lot of underclassmen guys that train here that were like absolutely getting after it. So it was, like I said, really cool experience. For anyone that was a part of it, that is tuning in, thank you guys. For anybody that is not sure what the hell I'm talking about, we live streamed everything. I actually wore a mic as well, so I was able to commentate on all the hits and stuff like that. So whether we're doing a tournament or another league, if anyone wants to tune in and see how that goes, like I said, it's all live streamed on the YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, all that good stuff.
That's it. Super.
Any closing thoughts, gentlemen?
Follow me on socials. That's another thing I forgot to mention. Out the downtime, your boy is gonna be pumping content. We're 2 days in a row. I might not get a tweet out today, but 2 for 3 to start the
Hey, bro, man. You're in Washington. You got, was it 7:30 right now?
Yeah, 8:30.
Oh, it's 8:30. Oh, you're an hour. Okay.
We got time.
Hey, 8:30, bro. That's when the demons come out.
I'll tweet about how ground balls are line drives. And whoa, done.
That's what we want. That's the content we need.
I told I was working with like some 6th graders when like this was going down, and one kid just looks at me and goes, "Is he stupid?"
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
hey man, anybody can get a Facebook these days. Bernsey?
Fuck, man. Hopefully next week I should be able to show you guys kind of the finished product of the new facility. So
let's go.
Fired up for that. We been a long time coming, but we are here finally. So
hell yeah.
Honestly, I'm more relieved than excited at this point. It'll be good.
Well, shit. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this week's Hit Chat Chit Chat. I think this is episode 51. So, till next week, thank you guys.